What's up, good people? How y'all doing today? This is gonna be my first video. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. I'm quite sure y'all have seen a lot of people do the whole gun tube thing. This is my take on it. This is my version of it. Hopefully it reach somebody, you know what I'm saying? Please feel the need to like, comment, subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about EDCs. I don't know if you can see, I got quite a few of my favorite EDCs right here that I use pretty regularly. I have the Springfield Hellcat. Nice. And for YouTube, all firearms are clear, no magazines, safe. Like I said, the Springfield Hellcat with the Hex Dragonfly, it comes with it. The Springfield Echelon threaded barrel with the Holosun 507 comp. Nice big sight picture. I can't go wrong with Holosun. I have a couple other optics, but I always find my way back to Holosun. The 19X, everybody knows the Glock 19X. But I must tell you, this is the Glock. So nice, I bought it twice. Yes, I have two of these in my EDC setup. This is pretty much my bare bones when I'm carrying something where I don't need a lot of stuff in the way and I want to be able to get to it easy, like gym shorts, I'm outside, you know, something quick, something I can handle what I need to handle. Stay safe. But this is definitely a hell of a firearm. Yeah, this is a Glock. It has a spongy trigger. It's a Glock. And then we have the 19X MOS with a Streamlight TLR, threaded barrel, and of course another Holosun, but this is the 507C, not the 507 comp. This has thermal, if you can see it. So 50,000 hours battery time on top of thermal. And as you see, we got lights here. Just play a little bit, but these are my EDCs. Now, when I say EDC, I say EDC with purpose, and what are your practical reasons for carrying said EDC for the day? Now, on my day-to-day, every day, this is the end-all, be-all, get it all done. I mean, this is almost my nighttime bedside gun. My everyday carry, for sure. And, you know, of course, I had the bare bones one. Now, the bare bones it's still a very formidable fold. It does what it does. It feels great. It's light. See, I like this because it's the 19X. It's like a man with hands, compact gun. To me, it's perfect for me. It might be a little too big for a lot of other people. It's great for me. I also carry, you know, my EDC. These are my holsters for those two. This is the basic. I think this is, I want to say Bianchi. I think. And this is a We the People holster, this is the one I carry. This one, of course, you know, light, threaded barrel, and I needed optic cuts. But the reason why I am pro Glock 19X, let's put it this way. I've had a lot of guns. You see, I got quite a few handguns right here on the table. And this one was the last one of the bunch that I bought. But I had this one the whole time. So, like this one. Man, this is a nice firearm. This is the Springfield Echelon threaded barrel with the Holosun 507 comp. It's a bigger picture, bigger sight window. I also like, I don't know if you can see, but the iron sights, they're pretty suppressor height. They do what they do. But like I was saying, this gun here is actually an awesome fucking weapon. I mean, if it wasn't as big, I would carry it every day. It has more capacity, of course. But sometimes when I'm in places, I don't like to print as much. Now, it's getting colder, so I think I might go back to this. That's me just speaking now. I don't know what I'm going to do, but normally I carry this when I'm wearing some kind of jacket or hoodie so that people don't see what I have going on. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you this gun is a machine, it's a machine. I went to my local gun store. I have been having my eyes on this gun for a while. I seen it when it first came out, and I was like, I'm gonna wait because I'm hoping they come with either a compensated barrel or a threaded barrel. So one day, I was in my local gun store as usual, like I was saying, talking around, asking questions, trying to get my information and, give me a little knowledge, trying to see if that is where I'm going with this. And the guy behind the counter happened to have the Springfield Echelon as his EDC, but his was ported at the top. And as I was doing the paperwork for this particular gun, he allowed me to go in the range and shoot his. And when I tell you, I don't think I've seen a more flat shooting gun. Comped. Now, I can handle this one pretty well. I mean, it's not comped at all. I can mitigate recoil with this pretty well, so it doesn't bother me as much. But me knowing guns and me knowing what I felt when I shot it, like just to see how flat, it was. Gun nuts know what I'm talking about. But hopefully, if you're not, I'm going to make you one before it's all over. But yeah, back to I was saying, this is one of my EDC. This is what I carry on when I'm wearing, like I said, overcoats, hoodies, sweaters, perfect gun. Now this is the Springfield Hellcat. Perfect little firearm. I mean, you can't get any better than this one. I mean, like as far as, I think at one point in time, this was the highest capacity micro 9 out. And I think the SIG was another one. But I've only owned one SIG in life, and it was a 1911. I wish I could find it again, actually. But with all the stuff that's going on with SIG right now, I'm not too sure. But back to this gun right here. Okay. Once again, I said this is the smallest, well, this is the highest capacity micro 9 on the market. And to be honest, this is the mag I have in it. I'm not gonna say I made this mag, but there's a way, and if you know, you could extend the typical 15 round Hellcat mag into a 18 with the extension and the thumb piece, or with the pinky piece. But when I tell you, it's a perfect gun for dog walks. If your old lady, if your wife or whoever you, mom, perfect purse gun. This gun fits in my pocket. Now, of course, I have bigger hands, so I have the issue with my pinky hanging over. Hence why I made this a little longer, so I don't have that hanging off. That bothers me a little bit. But back to what I was saying. Very great gun. I must say I am not a big fan of the Hex Dragonfly optics. I actually have two Hex Dragonfly optics only because I bought this, and it came with it, this Micro 9 Hellcat. And I also bought the Springfield Armory, it's the 10 millimeter. Can't think of which one it is, the 10 mil. But it comes with the Springfield. I mean, it comes with the Hedge Dragonfly. They're okay if you're on a budget and you just want to get a quick optic. It comes with the gun. I wouldn't swear by it. I mean, it does. Now, trust me, I have not lost zero with this one. Even though this one is dead because I don't really carry that one this often. It has not lost zero. I mean, I haven't put a battery in it to check it, but it never did the whole time I carried it. I kept, as you see, I keep my weapons pretty clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I always remember that. But yeah, Springfield Hellcat. The highest capacity micro 9 on the market at one point in time. If you want something small and you want to stay in the fight, yeah, it's not, no, there's no switches on here and all that extra stuff is pretty much what it is, a semi-automatic pistol. But for ladies and fellas like me, who you might be in a situation where you need to carry a smaller gun so it's not as showing, like you got on your gym shorts, you're working out, anything, walking the dog, perfect fit. It has a, I don't know if you can see this, it has a round indicator just to let you know in case, to let you know if it's a round in the chamber, instead of you having to rack it to know. If you look in that little hole, you'll be able to see the round in the chamber. Another safety feature. Now, I must say, I just realized every gun on this table does not have a safety at all. I don't think none of them do, yeah. None of these guns have safeties. And I just realized too, they're all striker fired, but we're talking EDC. So I tend to go striker fire EDC simply because, don't get me wrong, in the beginning of my gun life, I was the biggest 1911 fan. And maybe if I have some time or maybe we film another video, I go through my 1911 collection, or at least the ones that I have here on hand. I was the biggest 1911 fan because I'm a purist in my gun. Well, when I got into the gun community, the most accessories you could get for a gun was a laser sight, compensator, and then the optics that they had for pistols were so big and unwieldy, it's like, what's the point? It's like having a whole nother slide on top of your slide. So I was a 1911 fan. I'm talking about the biggest, man. My first couple of purchases were 1911s. My first gun, never mind, let's not go there. But we'll go back to, when I first got into the gun world, I was a big fan of the 1911. And as I got older and guns started to upgrade and update and changes and innovations in the gun world, I don't want to say this and some guy takes this wrong because I love the 1911, still do. It's not as practical in certain situations. Now, if I'm wearing a nice suit and I want to look really nice, yes, I'll throw me a nice hammer-fired 1911 with one of my good genuine leather holsters, either from Rare Breed or who else? I got a couple of holsters. Quite a few. I think Craft Holsters was one of them. I had one from them. Yeah, I got into the 1911s, big fan, bought Chip McCormick 10-round magazines for each one. But see, here we go again. One of the caveats of the 1911. At the most, especially if you 45 ACP in it, you're gonna get what, 7, 8 rounds with a Chip McCormick clip. And that was the only clip at the time for, well, extended magazine option for a 1911, which only made it a 10 round. I don't personally think you ever need 30 rounds in a pistol or you don't know how to shoot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have 30 round mags. You never know when you might need those or when they might come into a position where they're needed. But as far as me, I'm pretty much the regular, 21, 22 round mag. I'm okay. I just want to make it home. But yeah, so then they came out, with more and more accessories for these hammer fired guns, and my feelings kind of switched on hammer fired guns. I've had Glocks in the past. I've had quite a few Glocks in the past, and I kind of got away from Glocks for a while because they were kind of giving me the iPhone vibe. You're not doing anything really innovative. You're not changing anything. You're not remaking the wheel, or however the saying goes. So I had kind of got tired of the Glock, okay? Which made me go into other brands, Springfield Armory. I have a couple of other Rugers. No, I don't have a Security 9. And in Ruger, I think I only had like a 5.7 and a 454 Kasuga. I might have some others, but I have to go through I forget sometimes. But yeah, I went with Glock. And when I went to these, I went to other striker fire guns at first, and then they announced the 19X. I think it was going to be, it was in the military trials. It was supposed to be the sidearm for the military, but I think the military went with SIG. And once again, we see how things are going with the SIG. The Glock 19X still standing strong. I mean, everybody should know a lot about the Glock if we're here talking, but of course, it's an Austrian gun. I'm in Georgia, and there happens to be a manufacturer. Well, their headquarters, I think, is in Smyrna, Georgia, and I've sent a couple of guns in, quick repair, send back because it's right here. Customer service, great. Now, of course, like we said, the Glock trigger is a little more to be desired, Let's see the reset. The reset's okay, but see, it's that right at the wall. But of course, it's got the horrible Glock trigger that Glocks are known for. But I mean, it still performs. I mean, the grip angle is perfect. This is, to me, the best Glock, hands down. It was so great, so nice, I actually bought it twice. So when I heard, of course, about the 19MOS, Modular Optic System, I think that's what it stands for. So when I bought it, of course, it was just the optic play here, no light. So, of course, like I said, I've told you before, I have other optics. I have some, let's see here. Like I said, I told you, I got some Hicks Dragonflies. I got some Vortex optics. I got a few other, man. I'll have to look. That'll be a whole nother video there talking about my optics. But I am a big fan of Holosun optics. I even have Holosun on a couple of my rifles. My hog hunting gun, it's got night vision, and it's a Holosun. It's a very good scope. We'll talk about that another day. But we're on to why this is my EDC. I promise you, no matter how hard I try to swap this out for another weapon, practically nothing filled all the boxes for me. I mean, at this point, like this, it's perfect. It'll get the job done. But imagine with all these accessories and all the extra help you have, especially if you're training properly. Let's not forget how important training is. But, like I said, this gun right here to me is the best EDC hands down. As far as a nine, something. I mean, come on, you can find nine ammunition everywhere. I mean, ammo still high, but you can always find 9mm ammo. And I have a couple of PCCs that's in 9mm.